134.
Jayate no mriyate na vartate. Na kshiyate no vikaroti nityaha. Vidiyamane piva pushyamushmin. Naliyate kumbha ivambaram swayam.
Atma Tattva is the principle which doesn't undergo any of the 6 vikaras, Shad vikaras. Na vikaroti doesn't change at all. It doesn't change at all. And due to ignorance, it appears as though all the activities of physical body means karmendriyas, jnanendriyas, antakarana belong to whom? Atma only. But itself neither birth, nor death, no changes. So that is the Nitya Tattva. Even if this body gets destroyed, physical body gets destroyed, Atma Tattva doesn't get destroyed at all. It was pointed out, see, first Atma Tattva with respect to this body was described, and the same principle appears as the Jivatma in this embodiment. Afterward, the same Atma itself is Paramatma Tattva. Oh, having pointed out this, now Jivatma itself is Paramatma. Both with respect to our embodiment is being described now.
Prakruti vikruti bhinna shuddhabodha swabhavaha. Sadasadidamashesham bhasayan nirvisheshaha. Vilasati paramatma jagrudadishvavastha. Swahamahamiti sakshat sakshi rupena buddhe. Advaya. Prakruti vikruti bhinnaha Shuddhabodha swabhavaha nirvisheshaha paramatma idam sad asad ashesham bhasayan jagrudadishu avasthasu aham iti buddhehe sakshi rupena sakshat vilasati. Again, prakruti vikruti bhinnaha shuddhabodha swabhavaha nirvisheshaha paramatma idam sad asad ashesham bhasayan jagrudadishu avasthasu aham iti buddhehe sakshi rupena sakshat vilasati.
This Atma is like this. Prakriti Vikruti Bhinnaha. Bhinnaha, distinct, different from. Prakriti and Vikruti. Prakriti is avidya maya. Vikruti is vikara, whatever that is born of avidya maya. Atma is distinct from both avidya maya and its product. Avidya maya synonyms. not two different things as such, at different level. At individual level it is called as avidya, totality level it is called as maya. So Prakruti, Vikruti, Bhinnaha. So Bhinnaha different. So what are the vikaras of Prakriti? What are the products of Prakriti? What are the things that are born of Prakriti? Entire creation, name it at least. From where you will start? Akasha, Panchamahabhutas, and all that is made up of Panchamahabhutas, which includes, what does it include? Our embodiment with all its changes. This is what is anything in the, now everything in the creation. We can use one word for that. What is that word? Drishya Rupa Jagat. Drishya. Whatever that is known as this. So that is that. In the entire creation, in this manner, two categories can be made. One is Drik, the knower principle. Other is Drishya, the known things. Or I and this. I correspond, whatever I may be, you may not know what is Atma Swarupa. Whatever I that is there, it is a sentient principle, Sachetana Tattva. Whatever that is this, available as this, is inert in nature. Temporarily, it may appear to be Sachetana. For example, our body is actually this, but it appears as Sachetana. That is borrowed Sachetanata. Indriyas appear to be sentient, borrowed sentience. Antakarna, mind, intellect, appears to be sentient, it also borrowed, because all these are invariably made up of Panchamahabhutas, which are inert in nature. Otherwise, at least you can verify your body. Body is, you may not know Panchamahabhutas, but you know one thing very certain. What is that? Food. Is it not? Body is food, born of food, assimilated by the parents. Body is sustained because of food. When destroyed, merges back to earth to become the food. Therefore, it is inert in nature. So that is the case. So temporarily, few things may appear as sentient, like a bucket of water kept in the open sun. The water is, what is that? Emitting light. Which light it is? Reflected light. Water is non-luminous. It is aprakasha. So like that, in our embodiment, certain things may appear as Sachetana, but by themselves they are inert in nature. So distinct from Prakriti and Vikruti. What is nature? Shuddhabodha Swabhavaha. Its Swabhava, Swarupa is Shuddhabodha. Bodha is knowledge principle. Is knowledge principle anytime Ashuddha? What do you mean by Shuddha Bodha Swabhavaha? Shuddha means Nirvishaya, free from Vishayas, free from all Antakarna Vrittis. By the way, Shuddhabodhananda means Turiya Ananda, okay? Shuddhabodha stands for Turiya. You know what is Turiya? Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, distinct from that. Because all Vishayas come where? Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. Shuddha Bodhananda means Turiya Ananda, that which is free from even the least trace of, what is it? In fact, I discovered about 7-8 years back only, not in the beginning. Shuddhabodha, that's okay. Nirvishaya is okay. But it is somewhere in the Yoga Vasishta Tika, I could get hold of that. So, Shuddhabodha. So therefore, Turiya, it is a Turiya Avastha, Nirvishaya state. Shuddha means Nirvishaya, free from Vishaya. So, Shuddhabodha Swabhava, whose Swabhava, whose Swarupa is Nirvishaya Chaitanya Tattva, the very knowledge principle. So, now, this itself is Nirvisheshaha. Nirvishesha. So, Nirvishesha means Nidharma. Nidharmakaha. Free from all the attributes. It is totally free from all attributes. So, small, big, that is what? Gross, subtle, all. Subtle you may say, but really subtle is with respect to gross, etc. Free from all the Vishesha. Again, it is Paramatma. See, Jivatma, Paramatma, identity is pointed out. That Atma Tattva abiding in this embodiment itself is what? Paramatma Tattva. It is Paramatma Tattva. Paramatma. And why it is called Paramatma? What do you mean by Parama? See, Paramatma means Atma word itself is qualified by Parama. Parama means Sreshta. Why? Kanishta Apara Atma is there. In the Upanishads available. Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha are presented temporarily as Atma to unfold the true Atma Swarupa. Compared to these Koshatmas, this is totally free from Pancha Kosha, it is called Paramatma. So this corresponds to Jivatma. So therefore it is said, it is Paramatma. So Paramatma, idam sadasad ashesham bhasayati. Idam bhasayati illumines, makes you know. Idam jagat, this jagat. What type of jagat? Sat and asat. So what do you mean by sat and asat? Sat refers to murta. You know what is murta? With forms. What are the things that are with form? Fire, water, earth, and the things made of these are with forms. Air, space, amurta, that is called as asat. See, sat, asat has got different meanings, but here it has to be taken as what? This murta with form, amurta without the form. Sadasidam, ashesham bhasayan, entire jagat, ashesham bhasayan, illumining, making it know. Any blessed thing in the jagat we know because of this Paramatma, who is itself is available as Jivatma, but whose Swarupa is Shuddhabodha Swabhava, different from Prakruti and Vikriti. Bhasayan Jagridadi avasthas adishu avasthasu. Now where we can find this? Say, look, you can directly pinpoint this Atma. How? He says, in these three states, what are those three states? Jagridadishu avasthasu. Jagrat, waking state. Swapna, adi, swapna state, and deep state, avasthasu. How here is it available? He says, aham iti. The one who is available as I in waking, dream and deep sleep state. Deep sleep state will come. So deep sleep state, that is Atma. Is there someone? Swamiji, I don't know. Acha, you don't know. Who don't know? Who doesn't know? I don't know. Acha, that you are referring someone to I. Who is that I? Did you sleep yesterday night? Yes, I slept. After a week, I slept well yesterday night. Shall you say, I slept? Did you dream? Yes, nowadays often I dream. Who dreams? I dream. Who slept? I slept. Who is not able to understand? I am not you are only your perpetual tape recorder is playing I. Say like that chamaka, chame, 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 chame. So like that, I. You may not say anything else, but I will be there. In some people it is there. That is little arrogant way. I did this, I did it, all this, whatever. Whether arrogant or otherwise, I is there. You may not know what that blessed I is. That I is Atma Paramatma. You can't deny. How can anyone deny I? Language may differ. Not at all has to say I. Me, who, nano, neno. So like that it may go on. But something referred to as I is bound to be the. So Jagradasya avasthasu. How is it available in this state as I? He says, Buddhehe sakshi rupena sakshat vilasati, prakashate, shines, is available for cognition. How? Buddhehe sakshi rupena sakshat, as the one which directly illumines the buddhi. In the waking state, whatever that makes you aware of all the modifications of the buddhi is this Atma Tattva, Paramatma Tattva. In the dream state, whatever that makes you aware of all the dream experiences is this Atma Tattva. The problem will come with deep sleep state. Is I in deep sleep state? Is buddhi in deep sleep state? I is not in deep sleep state. If I is not in deep sleep state, do you know what will happen? After waking up, the one who comes as I is different from the I who was there at the time of sleeping. In deep sleep state, direct manifestation of I may not be that. And what is this I? Chaitanya. That whatever deep sleep experience you are undergoing is because of Chaitanya. It is verily present. But buddhi is not there. Buddhi is not there. How do you say buddhi is not there? Because sleep itself means, see, buddhehe karna rupena avasthanam. Buddhi means antakarna, merges in its immediate cause, the avidya, in the deep sleep state, and therefore antakarna in a manifest condition is not available where? In the deep sleep state. But what is that? Seed is there, the avidya is there. That is why you say, I did not know anything, I slept well, means Chaitanya was illuminating that ajnana avastha of the buddhi, which is its cause as such. So therefore, buddhi is in the dormant form in the deep sleep state. This Chaitanya Rupa Atma is the one which directly makes you know, illumines the Jagrad, Adi Avastha and Buddhi in all the three states. With this description of Atma, Paramatma is over. One question is tick mark. Kosavanatma, Paramaha, Kahar. Two questions are answered. Who is Anatma and who is, I hope you remember that. Kunama Bandha Kathamesha. What is the 44? Huh? 49. Keep that in mind. 49. Ko nama bandha katamesha agataha katham pratisthasya katham vimokshaha ko savanatma paramah katma tayor viveka kathametaducchatam. So total 7 questions are there. The author has already attempted 2 questions. 2 are over. In that, what he has told us, what is anatma and what is atma. Is it not our job is over? Swamiji, we know atma. What is that? Whatever knowledge principle available in this body is what? Atma. Because of which everything else is known. That even whatever we don't know also is known because of that. It is the one which makes you know Jagradadi Avastha, the Buddhi Sakshat. Yes or no? Ho gaya, kaam ho gaya. But author knows that you have not. You have not got the knowledge. You have got the information, but not the knowledge. Why? See, Shuddhabodha Swabhavaha. Nirvishaya, knowledge tattva. Is your knowledge nirvishaya? At any moment did you say nirvishaya? Of course. In sleep you are nirvishaya, but you don't know at that time. Is it not? So therefore, your all knowledge is savishaya. Is it not? And it is at Ananda Swarupa. It is not there. Means what has happened? Though you have, this is what is called as Paroksha Jnana. Paroksha Jnana. Indirect knowledge, but direct cognition is not there. What is necessary for that direct cognition? Author starts his gramophone record. you know that old, in Vedanta there is one old gramophone record. It will go round and round and round. Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti, Viveka, Vairagya. It will roam around and again will come back. Viveka, Vairagya, Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti. Do you know why? To gain this knowledge, certain disposition is necessary. See, any other knowledge we gain through Indriyas. And Indriyas, what do? They present us the Vishayakara Antakarana Vritti, and thereby we experience the object as this, me, who is the experiencer, Jnata, the knower, and what is known, experienced as Jneya, Anubhuta, is available. Now we are talking of that very principle which enables all this experience in the sense, all experiences presented in terms of Antakarana Vrittis are made known, illumined, by which knowledge principle, that itself is what we are supposed to know. It is not available for objectification of the Indriyas and the Antakarana Vritti. It is the very subject principle because of which we know all Drishya. How are we to know? Only one method is there. What is that method? Your Antakarana should be a replica of this Atma. This Atma is Nirvishesha, was told or not? So Nirvishesha, Shuddha Bodha, Swabhava. So Nirvishaya, Swabhava, Swarupa, Ananda, this knowledge, Jnana Tattva. So therefore it is there. Antakarana also must be Shuddha Bodha. It should be Nirvishesha. Is it possible? Yes. That is Ishvara's creation. So Ishvara has designed Antakarana in such a way that it can conform itself to the Nirvishesha Shuddha Bodha Swarupa Atma. For to make this antakarana, viveka, vairagya, sadhana, chatushtaya, sampatti are there. In that way it is not known, it is paroksha. So to be aparoksha, this is necessary. So lest one goes with the notion, ठीक है, from 124 onwards I have now known what Atma is, I can pack off now. So my dear sir, you are not even at the starting point, you are starting. So you are starting because you have understood this much is that there is something Atma which itself is I, free from samsara, I should gain the knowledge. That much is pakka. So therefore say he emphasizes the need of the prepared frame of mind.
Ayamahamithi sakshat vidhi buddhi prasadat. Jani marana taranga para samsara sindhu. Pratarava krutato brahma rupena samstha. Swam, Amo, Swam, Atmanam, Niyamita Manasa, Buddhi Prasada, Atmani, Ayam, Aham, Iti, Sakshat, Vidhi. Jani marana taranga para samsara sindhu pratara brahma rupena samsthaha krutarthaha bhava. Again, tvam amum swam atmanam niyamita manasa buddhi prasada atmani ayam aham iti sakshat vidhi jani marana taranga para samsara sindhu pratara brahma rupena samsthaha krutarthaha bhava.
Please do this. Tvam. Who is this Tvam? Shishya. Guru is that the means mumukshu. O mumukshu, disciple, Tvam. Amum swam atmanam vidhi. Say, know this. Amum says this. Amum. What is this amum? This. Swatmanam. Your own swarupa. Your own Atma swarupa. Atmanam. Vidhi. How know? Number one. Niyamita manasa. By a well-regulated, well-controlled mind. What is that well-regulated, well-controlled mind? Niyamita. Niyamita means what? Restrained. So manasa means left to itself, the mind is what? Unruly. How to restrain that? First, withdraw it from the vishayas. Bahya vishayebhya paravritya. Mind withdrawn from external sense object, not sufficient. Then having withdrawn from panchakosha, that I notion that is there in the five sheets, having withdrawn from that. Then what is that? Expose to Shravana, take to Manana, practice Nididhyasana. This is all included in the pursuit of making the mind, that is that Niyamita. Entire sadhana is included. Niyamita manasa swamatmanam vidhi. How? He said, again, how no? By this means. Buddhi prasada. If you have got buddhi prasada, you have pocketed Atma. That's all. All delay in gaining Atma Jnana is बुद्धि प्रसाद. व्हाट इज बुद्धि प्रसाद? कैसा मिलेगा? कौन से टेम्पल में मिलेगा? यू गेट नो? विच ग्रैनी विल गिव आफ्टर पूजा? grandchildren, no? I have also done it, okay? grandchildren, grandchildren, when the puja is there, they know something is going to, if not anything, khadi shakkar or something will be there. So at times big things, but generally what small things only. But for that grandchild is something great as such. It is waiting since morning when the puja is going to get over. So therefore I say, so that which granny will give this prasada, buddhi prasada? I told you once, long back, many decades back, a few of us were at Mount Abu, and there is Shankaramatha. Shankaramatha, this Swami Maheshandagiri is the huge Shivalinga, means and going up to the ceiling of that, huge Shivalinga. So you used to get, there is a one young pujari was there. Prasade sarva dukhanam hani raso pijayate. He used to give at least that much, but he doesn't know what prasada it is. Prasade sarva dukhanam hani asya upajayate. But the problem is we don't know what that prasada is. We are familiar with these prasada. So these are all earthly prasada. Satya Sai Baba in the olden days, when some festival is there, when the people used to be in hundreds only, yes, so when prasada was saying there, this will tell them, go out. They are the fellows for that prasada, not these inner fellows, because they are little more mature as such. So other fellows, they don't know that maturity is not. For them it is necessary, not for these people here as such. So that this is called earthly prasada. He has composed a bhajan also on that. Oh man, don't run after this earthly prasada. Anyway, what is this prasada? I have already defined this. Chittasya, see, Brahma prathana, Brahmakara prathana. What is that? Chittasya brahmakara prathananukula swachhata darpanavat adarshavat darpanavat chittasya brahmakara prathananukula swachhata adarsha chittasya swachhata, clarity, purity of the mind. What is that? Anukula. Anukula means what? Conducive for Brahma prathana. Prathana means display, manifestation. To display, manifest the Brahma. So chittasya Brahma prathananukula swachhata adarshavat, like a very clean and plain mirror which is capable of reflecting the object in front of that. That is what is that. For which what is necessary? That is what is sadhana chatushtaya niyamita mana is necessary. So therefore, buddhi prasada. See, this word prasada comes in Bhagavad Gita 2nd chapter. This is not only Nairmalya, Chitta, Nairmalya. But this is, I got this from Yoga Vasishta Tika. It is a gold mine. So few things nowhere available, you can get in that as such. Now the Shuddhabodha, Shuddhabodhananda, Shuddhabodha Swabhava, etc. Something great it is. Think of it. The one who has written that Tika, what great scholar he must be. So that I say, Buddhi Prasadat Atmani. This Atma is Antakarane, in the Antakarana. How? Ayam aham iti sakshad vidhi. This Atma is myself iti sakshad, directly. How directly? Even transcend that buddhi prasada, even that antakarna vritti which enables you to know this Atma Swarupa, go past that, so directly, so that is in the Swarupa itself, vidhi, and then what? Be a person who has accomplished the purpose of life. He says, as a result, Jani Marana Taranga Para Samsara Sindhum Pratara. Pratara, totally crossover. What? Samsara Sindhum. Samsara Sindhum. Samsara Sagara. Which samsara? What type of samsara sagara it is? Sagara means tarangas are there, waves are there or not? He says, what type of waves here? Jani Marana Taranga. The waves of Janma and Marana. And how? Okay, one wave of Janma and other wave of Marana, I will easily cross over. I know swimming in the ocean, like that I will cross over. No. Apara, difficult to cross over. Samsara Sindhum, Jani Marana. Again, Jani Marana, the main big breakers are told. In between what? Hunger, thirst, mana, apamana, all these come. Jani Marana at what level? So these tarangas, physical body level. Mana, apamana, etc. Antakarna level. Hunger, thirst at the pranas level. So is there is the incessant cycling. A cycle as such. So therefore, Samsara Sindhum Pratara Prakarshena Tara, crossover once forever, never to return. Do you know why that pra is brought there? Tara is not told. You are crossing it over every day, even in the class also. When you are sleeping, samsara, Janimarana tarangas are not there temporarily. So no, pratara. Remove that ignorance and never to return back as such. As a result, be kritarthaha. Kritartha means the one who has accomplished the ultimate purushartha in life, moksha. How it is? He says, Brahma Rupena Samsthaha. Samsthaha, remaining, abiding in the one's own Swarupa, that is Brahma Swarupa. In this manner, so what is highlighted now? The Sakshat Vidhi. What are so far known is Paroksha Jnana. It should be Aparoksha. And once he says, you know this Sakshat, there is no Kritya at all. Elsewhere it is said, Jnanamrutena triptasya Krutakrutasya yoginaha naivasti kinchit kartavyam asti chet nasa tattvavid. So how to find out whether I have got this or not? Try to investigate whether any kartavya is there for you. Kartavya means a duty. If a duty is there, no. Not in spite of duties being there, irresponsibility as well. There is no duty, say, Jnanamrutena triptasya. The person who is contented by Jnana, nectar of Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, as a result, Kritakrutyasya yoginaha. Yogi who is Kritakrutyasya, is कृतकृत्यस्य योगिनः नैवास्ति किंचित कर्तव्यम. There is nothing that needs to be done. Why? Any kartavya is where? So long as purusharthas are there. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha are there, kartavya there. He has got the Brahma Dhyana, moksha has got, where is the kartavya? Say, na kartavya. Asti chet na sa tattvavid. If it is there, he is not a tattvajnani at all. So that is what he said. Kritarthaha bhava. 2 questions are over. Third question is, he says, what is this bondage, from where it has come? What is this bondage? From where? First line of 49. Ko nama bandha kathamesha agataha. What is this bondage? Do you find anywhere any fetters or rope etc. tied to your hands and legs? A cow, a dog, elephant, horse are tied, is it not? Are you tied anywhere? No. Where is the bondage? You are, and nowadays all are free birds only. So, there is no norm of even dress code also is not there at all. So therefore everything is freedom. So how is that? What is this? Therefore say, what is that? What you mean by bondage? Because you look here, we have to get rid of bondage. Means if we don't know what bondage, how are you going to proceed? So bondage has to be defined. So therefore, konama bandha kathamesha agataha. From where it has come, katham pratishthasya, how it continues to be there, all these need to be answered. Now, what is bondage and how it has come, this is explained from 137 to 142. Atranatmanyahmiti matir bandhai
Prakto jnana janma marana klesha sampata hetuhu. Yenaivayam vapuridam asat satyam ityatma buddhya. Pushatyukshatyavati vishayai santu vikosha krudvat.
Once again. These are big stanza verses. You should read at least, not just simply not that. You read that. It is a very tune also is good.
Atranatmanyahmiti matir bandha eshosya punsaha. Prakto jnana janana marana klesha sampata hetuhu. Yenaivayam vapuridam asat satyam ityatma buddhya. Pushatyukshatyavati vishayai santu vikosha krudvat. Anvaya. Atra anatmani aham iti matihi bandhava.
You can underline it. It is one definition. Small crisp definitions will come.
Eshaha asya punsaha ajnanat praptaha janana marana klesha sampata hetuhu yena eva ayam idam asat vapuhu satyam iti atma buddhya pushyati ukshati vishayaihi avati.
Or that tantubhihi koshakridvat can be put at the last also. Illustration. No, just for information. Tantubhihi koshakridvat, put last, and other as it was in the order it was given. Once again.
Again, atra anatmani aham iti matihi bandhaha eshaha asya punsaha ajnanat praptaha janana marana klesha sampata hetuhu yena eva ayam idam asat vapuhu satyam iti atma buddhya pushyati ukshati vishayaihi avati tantubhihi koshakrutvat.
One definition. Anatmani ahamiti matihi bandha. Atra, it is here, in the case of samsara. Say, Anatmani aham iti matihi. Matihi, knowledge means the notion. Notion that Anatma is Atma. See, now you will understand why at length Anatma was described. What is Anatma? See, whatever Panchakoshas, etc., their vikaras, entire Jagat is what? Anatma. Now, we don't take something outside the body as, but still it is said, it is that because why it is said? See, even in Taittiriya, first Annamaya Kosha is told as Atma. Do you know why? Now this person is on the adventure of discovering Atma. First will be what? Long list of pilgrimage. Kailas mein Atma hai kya? Or Yamunotri, among the four dhams, Yamunotri is the difficult one. यमुनोत्री में है क्या, बद्री में है क्या, गंगोत्री में है क्या, और अमरनाथ में है क्या, और कन्याकुमारी. First thing, where is it? So therefore the moment he said Annamaya Kosh is Atma, what has happened? All investigation outside the body are set at naught. Is it not? Then the Annamaya Kosha will be taken as Atma. Slowly, what is that? Pranamaya Kosha is brought. Annamaya Kosha is discarded as what? Anatma. Then Pranamaya will be the thing. Monomaya is brought. Pranamaya and Annamaya are discarded. Vijnanamaya is brought. Other three are discarded. Anandamaya is brought. Other four are discarded. Anandamaya discarded. That Chaitanya Tattva, that is what? Atma. That is why? Because directly it is not possible for the human mind to discover what Atma Sarupa. Certain crutches are necessary. But finally you have to give up the crutches. So that is the case. He says, all this Anatma, not only, see, things outside other than the body, all also we have got identification. But it's as an indirect identification. My son, my daughter, my car, which is the latest costly brand, I don't know. Anyway, what I think I should get some information. keep handy as such. Jogger, Ferrari. That not Indian, global market you have to say. Acha, global market Ferrari. Anyway, Ferrari means your bank balance Ferrari. See, I have seen value is put based on the fancy of the customer and not on the material. Even third-rate things, they keep the value because there is a bakra is there. So that is the, it is not actually the necessity as such. Fancy, that's why see, it is very fancy things are there. Little change they will say, and for that they will, you have to pay through your nose as such. Anyway, ठीक है. So therefore say, outside thing indirectly we identify as mine, etc. Embodiment directly as I. These are anatmani aham iti matihi. This is not knowledge, wrong notion, erroneous notion that what is not I is I bondage. Definition. Because why I have to underline? Because next stanza yaha asadgraha sahahi bhavati bandha. Another crisp definition is going to come. So this is one notion of I in anatma is bondage. See? And eshaha means this bondage itself is asya punsaha ajnanat praptaha. Next question was what? How this bondage has come? From where it has come? Like a ghost is sitting on his head. So is it that way? No. Ajnanat praptaha. Because of ignorance of one's swarupa, it has come into existence. If Satchidananda Swarupa Atma were directly known as it is, so there is no occasion for this ajnana to create the bondage. Ajnanat praesha asya means apunsaha of this individual jiva. Ajnanat praptaha. Fine, okay. Let it be there. Why should we bother about this bondage, etc.? Even if it has come due to ajnana. No. It is the cause of all volcanoes. What is that? Janana marana klesha sampata hetuhu. It is the hetu, the cause of sampata. Sampata is falling, descending, or occurrence. All happenings. Occurrence, falling, descending of sampata of klesha. Afflictions. What afflictions? Janana marana. Janma, it is the cause of the janma marana cycle that is there, inevitable for everyone, unless the knowledge is gained. And as a result, yena means yena bandena, because of which bondage. Yena eva means verily because of this bondage born of ajnana and taking the anatma as I am. What does he do? He says, I am idam asat vapuhu. This body, that kosha tantakratu will take illustration afterwards. See, this body, what is this body? Idam asat vapuhu. Body which is false. Will you agree? Is this body false? Even a little pinprick makes you ayo, and it is what's false? How do you say it is false? Asat. You see, author says it is asat. What do you mean by asat? It is not sat. If it were sat, what should have happened? Trikala abadhita. This body was not before it was born. It is not going to be there after it dies. In between it appears. Therefore it is what? Asat. So you should know. Asat. We take it as permanent. That is the problem. So first thing they say, you see, two things you should not forget in life. You know what is that? One is God, number two is death. Huh? Yes. One is God, Ishvara. You may not be Atma Jnani, but Ishvara is at your rescue. So never forget it. Other thing is what? Death. If you remember death, you will set everything in proper order. Is it not? All preparations are done in life. This is the ordinary preparation for retired life. Big corporate sectors, etc. For executives, they arrange in the last year of their service when they arrange a seminar. What is that? Preparation for the retired life. All this with retired benefit. I had attended one in a big company. So I was introduced as the one who had retired 15 years back without any retirement benefits. No, without a single naya paisa in the bank balances. So retired that way. So that is how. So that is there. We all prepare for this retired life, etc. But inevitable death is there. Nobody, even somebody say, hey, what abhadra you are talking? Don't talk. They say, don't talk of death. It's amangala. It is amangala. In fact, that you see, if you prepare for death, 80% of your problem of life is gone as such. You are ready to face the inevitable. So that is it. The one is who is sure to meet you. Should you not at least accept one? Yeah? The one, see, since the moment of birth, visitor has come to meet you, but finding you so busy, he is patiently waiting. Now such a visitor, should you not give opportunity once? So Tapon Maharaj had given this example to Swami Chinmayanji himself. Chinmaya, it is easy to talk Veda. Because he was moved when his condition was very deteriorating and very bad as such. And he refused to come down to Uttarkashi. It would have been treated. Some pneumonia or something, etc. But he was what? He said, I will take to Delhi, etc. He said, it is easy to talk Vedanta, but not in practice as such. He said, look, someone has come to meet you from your very birth itself, and finding you busy in all these things, he doesn't want to disturb you as such, etc. Patiently waiting. Should you disappoint him whole life long? And with death. So therefore, prepare for that. If you come, see, Kabir says, no, जब तुम आए दुनिया हंसे तुम रोए, जब तुम जाएंगे तो क्या दुनिया रोए तुम हंसे. See, you should smile and say goodbye. The world should cry for you. Accomplish such a thing in life. So that is the purpose of life. See, Kabir Dohas are not ordinary as such. It's a good bhajan it is. So like that. That means that death is inevitable. One has to be ready for that. So that is, I say, so that is what. But it is painful. So you have to, because this death is of what? Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. You should see that once left, no return to the janma marana. So that is the goal of life, especially human life. It is the goal of human being. It is because human embodiment is designed for that. See, that's why we should have Shraddha in the Shastra. Shastra at the top of the voice says, look, my dear, we won't tell all this to animals and all devatas in the heaven. You are a human being because this body is designed for that. And if you miss the opportunity in this, God only knows when you are going to get the next human embodiment. And in the next human embodiment, when you get, Kali Yuga has advanced. If you take the name of Bhagavad Gita or Upanishad, you may get rotten eggs also as such. So that is not there. So, other duties need to be discharged because we can't totally get out of them. But keep eye on this, just like that mother. Mother is busy in the house, taking all looking after all the work, but her attention is there in the child in the cradle. Little cry, she will leave the work there and rush. So like that, do all these things, but keep one thing in mind. So what is that? The final goal of life. We may be lacking in sadhana. We may be having some inadequacies. Pray. Ishvara is there to help. He is eager to help. But we ask him what he doesn't want to give. What can we do? So that is that. He has got big complaint. ये लोग बोलते हैं भगवान किधर है, भगवान किधर है, भगवान भी ढूंढता है, भक्त किधर है, भक्त great problem for Bhagwan to find a bhakta as such. So therefore, he is eager to help us because that is what he wants to give you. Other things, see, unwillingly he gives because you fellows have done karmas and upasanas and he has to give karma phaladata. This is eager to give, better ask. Then you say, oh, here is the right person. So therefore, that you have to keep in mind. Otherwise, death is inevitable. We'll see. Oh.